Hi everyone and welcome. So as you can see in the title, get job ready, master modern IT skills. So if you have been contemplating or thinking about continuing your journey or upgrading your skills in IT, or even if you are a total beginner in IT, it's great to master the modern IT skills because in today's digital world, it is moving really, really fast by ever changing and evolving technology. So these large organizations, industry leaders, they are always on a constant lookout for skilled professionals in order for them to get their job done. And these leading industries are high paying industries. So by acquiring or mastering modern IT skills, you'll be able to secure a job and attain marketability. All right. And you can also have a career growth. Say, for example, today you become an IT support of a certain organization. And by mastering or learning modern IT skills, then you will get to have a progressive career growth within your organization. All right. And the best way to describe this would be to talk about the cloud computing. Because today's world, a lot of organizations have moved to the cloud and they are still moving to the cloud. Of course, and some of them are working in a hybrid environment, but understanding the cloud computing is very essential in modern IT technology because a lot of large organizations, industry leaders, they have deployed their workloads into the cloud. All right. So the cloud will help organizations to be scalable, flexible, secure, which we'll talk about in more details in our upcoming webinars and in our upcoming classes. But it's very essential to speak about the cloud technology that is leading out there. All right. Another use of the cloud is to get automation and innovation. So you can easily innovate in the cloud because these cloud providers, such as AWS or Amazon Web Services or Azure or Google Cloud, they do have their technologies deployed in the cloud so that these organizations can leverage their innovation and can do some automation in the cloud. Not to talk about the advancement of artificial intelligence or AI as well. All right. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, tell me on your mobile, what is the most application that you use usually? Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube or Google? Is it Facebook? Or you have some live applications? Maybe you do some sort of trading on online platforms such as the Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchanges and the Warner Brothers. Maybe you stream some gaming or some soccer or some football on your mobile or on any device, maybe on your laptop as well. Okay, so these applications, these are modern applications that are deployed in the cloud. It's not like in the old days where people are deploying their application on a server or on-premise environment or in an office. This is the age of the cloud, and these applications are deployed in the cloud, and it's very essential for you to understand how these applications work. Let's take TikTok, for example. I believe that's the hot app of these days. So if we have a look at TikTok, TikTok has, and per month, they do have 1.04 billion active users just in 1 month. So how do they scale? How do they handle this? Where is this app deployed in? And how does it work? We just open it on our mobile and it works. But how many employees are supporting for this one application in order for it to work? Thousands and thousands of employees are responsible to get the job done so that you'll get a live feed, a live video, your chats, your push notification, the data itself, because you have to register first in order for you to use a TikTok. Where is the database? Where do they store it? So there is a lot of moving parts that we require to understand in modern technology. Okay, so if it was in the old days, say for example, you get maybe 6, 12 servers, and then you install that application on that on those servers. Now, if some few people are using it, say 10,000, maybe 100,000 users, if using it, it might work. It's fine. But as the number of users increases, the servers will become very, very slow, and users are going to be get very annoyed, and they're not going to use that app anymore. So this company, the TikTok company, has to make sure that it's scalable, that it will handle any amount of requests that comes to the application. As we said, 1,925 billion users. So if the users continue to grow, then eventually what's going to happen to the servers in the old days? They are going to burn out. So this is where cloud comes into play. So this application is going to deploy in the cloud to handle millions and billions of users. And where do we deploy on the cloud? When we say on the cloud, where is it deployed? Is it in China? Is it in USA? Is it in Europe? Well, the cloud is everywhere. So it will be able to support users scattered all over the globe. So these are the essential topics that we are going to talk about. I just want to give you a little bit of highlight how things work or what we should understand in the IT skills. All right. So in order to do that, this is a good news. We have launched a 9-day free course. This is our another round, our second or third round today. So the course is going to be on IT foundations and introduction to Amazon Web Services or AWS cloud computing. So we are covering both the fundamental of IT concepts and the introduction to the AWS cloud computing. So this course is going to take 9 days. Probably the technical part is going to take the 8 days, and then maybe we have one day for a personal development course. Okay. So a little bit about myself. My name is Amanuel Johannes. I am a physics graduate. I have over 10 years of IT experience. I'm a certified AWS Solutions Architect Associate. I am also certified in AWS Advanced Networking Specialty. So I've been teaching this AWS course for the past 3 years to different types of learners. Some of them are total beginners, and others have some IT background, or they could be very professionals in the IT, but they didn't have the cloud technology skills. So I have supported and taught many, many, many students in the past 3 years. So that's a brief introduction about myself. All right. So who is this course for? Well, as I mentioned earlier, some IT background is always recommended, but it's not necessary. So if you don't have any kind of IT background, of course, we are going to teach you the IT fundamental concepts and then move on to the AWS cloud concepts. All right. But if you come with an IT background, then you will include this cloud technology skill in AWS into your portfolio. And this is going to give you a great head start when you move towards your certification or to certify with AWS. It could be the cloud practitioner, the basic one, or it could be the solutions architect associate course. So this is going to give you a really good head start or a nudge towards your success in the cloud computing world. Of course, we are not going to be able to finish everything in 8 days or 9 days, but this is to give you a very good idea of how this technology works and to give you a head start on the game. All right. So, overview. What is the course taught on the IT foundational concepts? Well, we are going to talk about some PC components, the motherboard, the RAM, the processor, how it works, and how it's interconnected, and so on. We're going to talk about DNS, domain name systems. When you type in google.com, something.com, how does it work? What is that? We're going to talk about IP addressing, hopefully, some concepts about subnetting, and we are going to talk about some networks, virtualization, because this is the days of virtualization, because why that's how the cloud works. We're going to talk about the database, the relational, non-relational database. We're going to talk about the OSI model, which is a part of networking. The OSI model is an essential concept you need to understand in order to know how systems communicate across the network. We are going to talk about local area networks and wide area networks as well. Now, once we have completed that, we are going to move on to the AWS cloud concepts and core services. So we're going to select the core services of AWS, such as Amazon S3, which is an object storage service, EC2, the virtual server, Elastic Load Balancers, VPC or virtual private cloud, and the relational database service. We are going to talk selective core services about AWS and essential concepts and what you need to understand about AWS. So I promise you this is going to be fun. This is going to be really great. All right. And there is a one bonus class, which is the 9th day. This is where you're going to get a professional, a personal development coaching, a professional communication, How do you build your confidence for interviews? How do you build your CVs to make it attractive to these employers? And some experts are going to share their experience and their journeys with you in this 1 day session as well. So it's not just the technical skills, but we are also giving the opportunity for soft skills as well, which is very essential in finding job opportunities. All right. So in order to put it all together, we have created a webinar. So what are we going to talk about in this webinar? Well, the webinar, of course, is going to be IT Foundations and Introduction to AWS, and it's going to happen on the 19th of February, 2025. Okay, from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. GMT or UK time. So please make sure you put this on your calendar and you join our webinar as well, so that you can get a lot of insights about what the course is, what we are going to do, and so on. Here are some brief highlights about what we are going to talk about in the agenda in the webinar. First, we are going to introduce ourselves, and then we're going to talk about what is AWS, touching a little bit of a background of AWS and why AWS would benefit you. I mean, why not other cloud providers? And then we're going to move on to the different certification paths that you can choose in order or on your inclination or according to your will. Okay. And then we're going to talk a little bit about us. I mean, why our course is great, how we are different from others. And then we are going to talk about the course overview, which we have already covered now. And then we are going to talk about the Beyond the Cloud, which is the personal development class. And then we are going to have a Q&A session to answer some of the questions that you might have. And then we are going to show you how you can register to our platform in order to access this free 9-day course. We are going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to do that. Okay. So we have RSVP or an interest for the webinar or for the class. So if you are interested to join, please do make sure that you fill out the form. I'm going to leave it on the description of this video or somewhere on this video, you will find it there. And please do make sure you fill it out so that we can have some sort of communication channel. Either we're going to send you an email or some communication about the webinar. We're going to send you the Zoom link on how it, so that you will be able to join the webinar and so on. So please do make sure you fill out this form. Don't forget that. And if you have any questions at all, you can always email us at info@techgates.io. Okay, keep this with you, save it. I'm going to leave it on the description below, and we will continue our communication there. All right. So I am looking forward to seeing you on the webinar. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be great, and we're going to answer a lot of your questions there, hopefully. Okay, I will see you there. Thank you very much.